Hi everyone, it's Tara. Welcome back to Tara's Take. So today I'm going to be working on our junk journal au naturel. It was a challenge by Mags, who is a viewer and a friend on Facebook, and she had said, wouldn't it be cool to create a journal, a junk journal from scratch that is made with no digis, no scrapbook paper, just, authentically stuff that I have here in my home, book pages, stamps, stencils, whatever I can put together to create a true junk journal experience. And I decided to say yes to this challenge, and it is hard. It is a challenge. I am so used to working with my papers, and utilizing my fussy cuts and all that. And I'm like, how am I going to have fussy cuts? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? Well, I was thinking, and I'm like, you know what? I always make my own little words. And I mean, I've started doing that a lot lately. So I started playing with making my own, like my own tabs and even my own little fussy cuts, and doing it with stamps, and I did it with watercolor pencils, and I thought, you know what, I can do this. I can do this. So so I'm gonna do this anyway. So today I am going to be working on our cover, and these are the cloths. I have the fabrics, cloth. I call it cloth. I always do. These are the fabrics I've chosen. So I have some beautiful purple chiffon, and I also have some on a roll that's like green and ivory and peach, and I may bring those in also because of the color schemes on these papers that are in here. I can even do some blue. Let me see here. There's one page that has like aqua, kind of a little bit of more of a blue color. And then I've got the greens and the peachy, and then there's a little tiny bit of almost like the vintage photo color. So yeah, I figure we can bring in just some really soothing colors. I thought the lavender would look beautiful with it. So I have the chiffon. I have this beautiful, it's like a lacy material, and I thought that would be nice. It's more of a mauve, but it really goes well with these. I got it off of a dress that I bought at Dottie's Deals, that little place I always mention here in Coolidge. And then I have this material that I had purchased, I think, at Hobby Lobby. Might have been at Joann's, but one of the two. Anyway. And I loved this material so much. And this was the only material I could find that had the same shade of lavender and purple in it that this did. And it would go. And so I have this one here, and it's like a marble. So I am thinking one of these is going to be on the inside cover, and one is going to be on the outside cover, or maybe a mix. But that's my thought process on those. And then this is going to be our cover. I am using a Mrs. Covison's cube stuffing box. It is nice and thick, and you know me, I'm always I end up with gator mouth journals. My journals always end up to be really thick and big. So I was thinking this would give me a nice amount of space to grow. Let's measure that. I think it's probably 2 to 2.5 inches. Maybe 3. Let's see. Oh yeah, we've got 3 inches here. So yeah, that'll give us a nice way to have our opening, and not have it be like this, but maybe just keep it, if I can keep it in the confines of that'll be nice. You never know, maybe I can actually have it leaning in as a closure, but that's the goal. So what I am going to do right now is I'm going to do some quick measuring, and I want to tear off the sides of this cloth so that I get an even tear. One of you lovely friends of mine gave me the advice to make sure that all of my sides are torn off on the edges so that I can actually utilize, or so that I can actually get an even tear on the middle of the material. And it worked like a charm. Thank you so much for that. It's been months ago. I don't remember which one of you told me that, but I use it now. Now I was going to mention real quick, some people like to use this part of it on their stuff. I like to flip it over and stamp onto this material and tear it down. You can stamp, if you have small enough stamps, you can stamp words, you can stamp numbers, scriptures, but you can kind of see the other writing behind, but it's just fun, a way to use this and not, throw it away. I'm sure there are many, many ways to use it. Now, I'm kind of thinking I want this on the inside. So I like to have it hang over just a little bit. I like my outside, when I'm using fabric, I like the outside to actually be tucked in, okay? And I like the inside to kind of hang over slightly. So that's it looks good either way, but just personally, that's how I end up. I'm going to tear this side too so it's ragged. Let's see if I can get this. Nope, I got to go over a little bit more. My hands are not strong enough to grab that small amount and tear it. So, and I've told you recently I hurt my fingers. Well, both hands are hurt. And so, yeah, so I'm struggling with the pain on the index fingers. Now what I'll do with this piece of the material is I will probably use it to bunch and make like bunches on the bottom of my stuff so that do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll show you, like doing that like this. I can't think of what it's called. I'm sorry. Sometimes I don't remember. I try. Okay, so now I have more of a torn edge. So now because this is white on the inside, I'm probably not going to cover it. Usually, well, I don't know. I might put a padding. I sometimes will use a piece of felt and kind of pad the inside of it. Just depends. Let's see. So I want it to hang over, like about, not a lot, just enough so it's just looks kind of shabby, that little shabby look. I like that. I don't know the technical terms for things, but you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna snip it here, okay, and then over here give it a little snip, and hopefully, oops, didn't quite get that. Hopefully I can get this to tear nice and even. Alright. Anyway, what I was saying was usually I will put like a piece of felt or another piece of towel underneath this right here. I was thinking not to because it's white. However, I'm wondering if I should, just for the simple fact that it feels nice, to have something softer underneath, like to have another layer of material between the person and the cover. Like when you touch it, it's got that. You know what I mean? That aesthetic, Let's see. I'm trying to think if I have what colors of, I know I had a lavender at one point, a felt, and I don't remember if I used it or not, but that might look kind of cool underneath here. But then I was also thinking it might look cool to put like a darker color or even do some distressing on this part, just so that it would be darker coming through here. But I don't know if I want to do that or not, because these pages are all going to be, distressed looking. And see, I think the lavender looks nice with the green, and it's just kind of soft, so we're going to be using a lot. I have a feeling we're going to be using a lot of book pages, in this journal. A lot of vintage stuff, so yeah. But it's the perfect height. And when I sew these in, by the time I sew these in, they'll already be pretty much decorated and stuff. I used to do it right away, and then I always regretted it. Because I always decide, oh, I want to add this, or I want to add that, you know. And then if they're sewn in, it's harder to do things that I want to do to them. So, to the pages, I mean, in the signature. Now this right here is folding under on me, and I'm trying to... I should just make myself go plug in the iron and do what I should do and iron it. So now I'm going to do this side, and it's going to be just slightly smaller than the inside, because like, or no, I mean slightly larger, because I'm going to do the tuck where I tuck it around, and so that I can, yeah, I love this. Isn't this fabric beautiful? I hope the camera is picking up the color. It's so pretty. I'm going to lay it here and put this on top of it, because I think it'll be easier for me to see where I want all of my fold over and corner. I want it to be about 2 inches, or no, about 1.5 inches over on all sides. So where's my skizzies? There we go. So I hope you guys are having a great week. I think I'm going to be, I'm filming this last week for you guys, so you know. I think that it is going up either on, probably on Thursday. I'm pretty sure. So hopefully you have had a good week and you're ready for your weekend. There's that side. Excuse me. I love ripping and tearing material. Do you guys like that? I do. I just love it. I don't know why. I just think it's so fun. I love the feeling of it tearing. It just feels cool. Now I might have to do something on this side because of this dark, you know, you might be able to, yeah, I don't want it to be, you know, that you can see Mrs. Covenson's stuffing. Be like, what does that say? Doesn't that say something? So I'm going to pause for just a second because I want to find if I have some felt. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. So I did find some felt. I thought I had some. I measured it. It's not going to fit all the way across, so it won't cover this part. But because this is the spine, I usually do a little extra decorating in that area. So I think it'll be fine and covered real good. But this will also bring a little bit of, and I also found a piece of white. It'll bring a little more cushion to the journal, and it won't be so, you know, it'll just feel nice. It'll feel nicer. So I'm going to trim this just slightly off the top, as we'll do both of them at the same time. And I am eyeballing it, as you can see. I'm going to go to the edge, take about maybe 1/8 of an inch off the top, should do it. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah, that's about right. And I'm going to use my, oh, and in my little hunt for the felt material, I found this material, and I've had it forever. Probably got it at Walmart, I don't know, but I've had this for a long time and I have not used it. And it, of course, you can see it has like the print on the back, like or on it, like a newspaper print or article print or book page, you know. And I thought it'd look really cool for this journal, because if you didn't notice on the pages in here, there's a lot of Paris. And so this journal is going to be geared more toward Paris. Okay. So it'll be more romantic. That's the other reason I was thinking it'd be nice to have it more softer colors for the cover. Because at first I was going to do like some collaging, like, you know, I like to do. And well, if you don't know that I like to, I love to collage covers. It's a lot of fun. You can be very creative in that, but this time I'm going to go back to being, you know, more geared toward cloth, and I haven't done a hardcover journal with cloth in a long time, so it'll be fun. I am almost out of this. Oh, you guys, supplies, always supplies. If I run out, I'm going to use my Aleene's because I cannot right now. It is not in the budget. I did order some ink for my printer and some paper for a digi that I'm printing out for a special surprise later on. Can't talk about it right now, but yeah, I'm like only spending money on absolute necessities right now, because as you know, as I've talked about with the whole job thing and everything and the taxes and all that, we are having to watch what we spend for a season big time. So it is just not in the budget right now to go down to the store and buy Fabri-Tac. Aleene's will have to do if I run out. I don't use it a lot, the Fabri-Tac. I don't use it as often as... Okay, you guys, please stop. Bobo, stop. Do you hear that banging, that loud sound? That's my cat. He is a big boy, and he is jumping onto the back of my recliner, and whenever he does that, it's like bang, bang, bang. I mean, it's like the recliner literally folds back to the floor almost. He's such a big guy, and then he'll jump off of it, and he uses it like like he'll press against it, you know, and make it just go back and forth. So yeah, he's funny. That's our baby. He's a big boy. I'm gonna cut just a little more off because I had to on the other side. So I always end up using, on these type of journals, I always end up using a lot of lace and stuff on the spine portion, so that's why I'm not concerned with covering that part. I just really did not want that Mrs. Covinson's to be shining through. So there's that. Okay, and if you've never made a journal like this, hopefully you can pick up some, you know, I do it, I guess, like everybody else, pretty much. I don't know, I think. Now with this part, I am, like I said, going to have it hanging over because we're going to be folding and getting it ready for the other side. You know what I might do? Let me see here. I'm just checking real quick in my sewing box to see if I have, oh, yeah, I'm dropping stuff. Sorry guys, I'll be right back. I'm looking in here to see if I have any more. Oh, I do. Oh, no, never mind. That's not what I want. Let's see. No, I do not. I was hoping that I had some more of this white batting because I was going to go ahead and do this only because I'm feeling a separation here. I'm going to pause for just a sec. I'll be back. I found it. I had more. I am going to go ahead and put some of this batting here because it's thicker like the felt, and that way it's even, because I'm feeling like a big indentation because that felt's actually pretty thick. So I'm going to go ahead, but I didn't want to use the other piece for this if I didn't have any more to use for the inside, because I think I want to put some on the inside just for the fact that it feels nice. Feels softer. So, and as you know, I sell my journals, so whoever I'm making this for, I want it to be a nice experience for them, you know? Yeah. Okay, and I'm going to have to trim just a tiny bit more. Actually, it looks like on that lavender I've got where it needs trimmed too, so right here. Yep, a little bit. All right. So, how is everybody doing? What you got going on? You got any projects going on that are interesting? Why don't you put them in the comments and let us all hear about it and bring some inspiration to everybody. I am always looking for new inspires. You know, our mass make from last week was inspired by one of our one of my friends from Facebook, Pinky, who sent me a Happy Mail. You know, I'm always looking for new inspiration because, you know, I can't always think of brand new things, and you know what I mean? It's nice to inspire each other. So please comment. And, you know, I just found out also that when you guys comment, I didn't really think about it. I had put it in my description, but I hadn't really thought about it since I did that. But when you guys comment on the videos, it actually causes the algorithm to move in the YouTube algorithm. It causes it to go out to more people. I didn't know that. I was thinking it was just with the likes and the subscription, you know what I mean? That the likes controlled that. I didn't really consciously, you know, realize that it was also commenting. So if you guys do like the video and you do feel inspired, or you want to inspire someone else, and you want to help me out on my channel, it'd be awesome if you just, you know, even if you just put a heart, any comment will do. It causes that algorithm to pick up the video and push it out. That's kind of how they have it written, so that it helps you, the YouTuber, the channel, you know, to grow. And so yeah, I'd sure appreciate it. I know I have a lot of viewers who watch but don't comment, and I've told you before, I totally get that, because I'm not a big commenter. I'm starting to be more and more, though, because I'm realizing, you know, that it's helping out these people that I just love. So I want to support them in any way I can. So that's what I've been doing, is doing more commenting. But I totally get the no commenting thing. I've told you guys before, I was never a big commenter, mostly because I always feel like they've got so many people commenting. What, you know, what is my little comment going to really matter? And it's just going to make them be busier. So I thought my like would be enough, you know, for their video. I always like people's videos if I can remember, because it's so important. And then now that I've been doing the YouTube, I realize how much it means to us as, you know, as a YouTuber, as a person who's on here with you every day. It's like, or with you several days a week. It really does matter, you know. It really does. Every comment matters, and is a blessing to me. When I have people who comment all the time and then I don't hear from you for a while, I worry, because I'm like, okay, they haven't commented. What's going on? Are they all right? You know. And I'll even, if I'm friends with you in the Facebook group, I've actually messaged you guys, asking, are you okay? I haven't heard from you. I miss you. You know. So see those wrinkles? I didn't need to go iron it. It actually pressed out. So if anybody's new to this, you can, of course, iron your material, your fabric before you start. But as you can see, I didn't have to. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lay this down, and then I'm going to do my felt batting across. And I might go ahead and cut a new piece, because this one's really uneven and I'd like it to be more even than that. So since I have more than I thought, I do believe I might do that. Let's see how big this piece is. That looks like if I cut it across that bottom straight, it would be about the right height. Okay. Are you guys good with where we're at here? I just want to make sure everybody can see. So I'm just going to cut across this here and try to be as straight as possible. Ugh. I wish I had a bigger area that I could lay this out flat and really cut it straight, but I don't. So I do the best I can with my little space. Hopefully that is, I thought it looked like about the right height. It's pretty good. It's a little short on the ends, but I don't think it's going to matter in the long run. So let's see. Okay. Maybe a little bit uneven on this side. Let me just do this real quick so this isn't flaring out on the edge, from the edge. Okay. All right, should be good. Should be good. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one before I do the other. Okay. And I'm just, as you can see, I'm just taking it around the edge, getting a little, you know, some good coverage. Okay. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my corners first, and then I'll put some glue and I'll do the edges, and then I'll do the sides. That's the way I do it. And because, let me look at this really quick. I'm going to go ahead, because this material is so thin, I'm going to go ahead and fold it up and in. If it were thicker, I would miter it a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about it. And plus, I want it to be tucked in well, so when it dries, you know. So for me, that's probably best. So I'm just going to put a little bit of the glue onto each corner. I got to get it running again here. Okay. All right. Bring that up. You see okay? It is easier to put your glue onto the fabric than it is onto this felt. It definitely pulls the hairs of the felt up, you know. So now, and I'm mostly talking to those who've never done this. I know some of you are like, we know what to do. Some of you have been doing this longer than me. Can you believe we're coming up on a year on this channel? It's amazing to me. I can't believe it. It's just the time. It's going to be a year in May. So I'm going to do this one. Okay, and I'm going to pull that up as tight as I can. Fold it over. Okay. Give it a nice press. That fabric is gluing very nicely to the felt, which is good. Sometimes I use the fabrics that will keep going down, keep falling down, and it's so frustrating. Anyway, yeah, it's going to be a year that I've been on here with you guys in May. I know it's only end of February, but it just, you know, how fast time goes. It's just amazing to me that it's already been that many months. So, yeah, it's already been 9 months. Gee. And you guys, I mean, to have all of you as part of the family here at Tara's Take is such a privilege, and I just really, really love you guys. So thank you for sticking with me this year and making this first year on the channel such an amazing experience and blessing for me. This has all been so new to me, and it really means a lot that so many of you are always with me constantly, and you guys talk to me daily, and I get to hear from you, and I've found friends, and I'm very grateful for that, because that is what I wanted, was to have some friends. Here we go. Come on now. We are really running low on this glue, guys. Oh, I want to get it on my scissors. Okay. And you're just going to press that in, as you know, up to the edge, nice and taut, so that it's, because once that glues, it'll be really nice, and it'll be a clean edge, because we're going to cover it with the other cloth, and it's going to be gorgeous. I hope. I hope. I'm glad I went ahead and put the felt down. It's going to bring quality to the feel of this journal, and it's going to make it, you know, a much nicer experience holding it. Yeah, it feels a lot better than just with that plain old box. So, just in case anybody's debating, should I add, you know, something to soften or to quilt that inside? Yeah, it feels much better. So now, this piece is going to be on, and I want to look really quick. I want to make sure I'm as even as possible on my little hangover here. So, I'm going to want... Okay. So what I like to do on doing this is, like you probably already noticed, I did one side first and then I do the other side. I just find it easier to evenly distribute the cloth that way than trying to lay it all down flat first. I don't know. For me, it's easier. It doesn't mean that you have to do it like that. It's just my preference. I tend to do it that way with a lot of things that I'm doing a larger piece with. I didn't always, and I've just started to find that, you know, I tried it on a few things, and it does, for me, work. Helps me to get it on there evenly. Even like with decoupaging and stuff like that, this is really, it gets stuck on that felt, and it just, it grabs it, you know, the string. I'm just trying to get as much of this out as I can so that I can pull it around and get it everywhere. My hands are not as strong as they used to be, you guys. I can really feel it in my, I don't have arthritis or anything, but there's just, I don't know, it's like, maybe it's coming, I don't know. I'm not going to speak that, it's not coming. I'm not going to speak that. But I've just noticed a difference in my hands in the past few years. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and place this and push it over to where it's smoother, like I did with the other on the outside. Okay, and I'm hoping that I got that angled, it's a little higher on the C, that's what I'm talking about. I got it a little higher than I wanted, so I want to bring it back down just slightly so that it's as even as I can get it. Let's see, before I do a bunch of pushing. Still a little more. Okay. I'm just kind of pulling it in the direction I want it to be. Okay, let's look. That's better, see? Both sides are, and then this part is good. Better. That's good. All right, now we'll go over here. And I always do pockets on the inside. I'm not sure on this one how I'm going to do it. This journal's a new, I'm trying to do this one different, you know, because of it being, as Mags called it, au naturel. You know, I know what she's talking about. You know, the scratch, just doing it from scratch like a recipe, and doing it more authentically junk journal without all these, you know, without all the printed out stuff and all the papers and all the fancy stuff, but really creating it out of true old vintage books and things that, you know, when you think of vintage and when you think of junk journal, you know that kind of expresses using junk or using things that are old, things that are truly antique or vintage. So I'm going to be pulling from probably a lot of lace that I have that's, or doilies, not paper doilies, but real doilies. I'm probably going to be pulling in stuff like that. You know, things that I've been holding on to and kind of hoarding actually, and not sure where I wanted to use it. I think in this kind of journal, they'll be pretty perfect. And then even pages, and then like the image kit that I made the other day, now I can use those images in here, and they're very vintage, you know, and old. So yeah, I'm excited because yeah, it's a good challenge. Thanks, Mags. Good challenge for all of us because we do get caught up in our using of the, and I love digis. I make them, you know, I do. But yeah, this for me is definitely a good way to expand my gift and my abilities and talent for this. Oh yeah, nice and smooth. This side is nice and smooth. Woohoo! So what I'm gonna do, okay, this side I did not get glue right here, so we're gonna go ahead and do some more glue, and I'm gonna sit this aside and let it start drying because we're not gonna put anything in it yet. I do think I know what I want to do for the closure. I usually would not have glued down the fabric until I knew for sure, but this time I think I do already. I want to use some of my chiffon, and I'm gonna do what do you call it? What are they called? These. I don't know why I can't think of it. I just had them. Where'd they go? Not these big ones. I'm going to use smaller ones, but, you know, these. Not brads. What are they called? You guys? What's wrong with me? I can't think. I'll know it as soon as I stop the video. Anyway, those. I'm going to use those, I think, here, and do some of my netting, I believe, for a closure, because I think that would be really pretty for this journal. So I'm going to leave this flat and leave it over here to dry. And let's see, what time is it? I think that's going to be it for today, okay? And then, well, I just kind of wanted it to dry before I did anything else, but I was thinking I could go ahead and do, like, punch the holes in it and stuff for the, the things I can't think of. You guys, I can't help it. You know how I am. When I can't think of a word, it's gone. It's like gone. Even though I should know exactly what I'm saying, I don't. It's embarrassing. Anyway, now I'm looking for them because I had them out over here by me, and now I can't even find them. Where in the world are they? I sat them somewhere. Gee whizzle sticks, Tara. Yeah, they've been sitting next to me for a week. I've used them on some other projects, and now they're gone. Oh well, I guess we're not going to do that today. This is going to be the end of the video, and we'll do it next time. Okay, so I will see you guys on Saturday. Have a wonderful day, and I love you. Thank you for putting up with me. And God bless you. I'll see you in the next video.